Hey, what's up, y'all? Not my proudest thumbnail moment, but if you've been in the group, you kind of know I've been. Oh, let me turn this Telegram off. I've been running around all morning, trying to trying to trying to get stuff done. I mean, DJing and a lot of stuff. So yeah, I haven't got the thumbnail up at the last minute. I knew I was going to do a live, but I was too busy doing other stuff. So glad to see some of you guys making it here. Let me pull this up over here just a minute so you can see. Getting this little move on Bitcoin. I still stand by my views that it's probably going to get a little run here. Some of the altcoins are going to run a little bit, but I feel like we might get one more dip later. But once again, I'm not trying to predict anything. Like I said, hopefully you got some bags packed in position in some of these tokens, and be ready for whatever happens, and still keeping some dry powder on the side if we get a dip here. Man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's crazy because in my mind I had a picture of how I guess you say the stress level would be this cycle, and to be honest, I'm already kind of getting there where I thought I wouldn't be until maybe this fall, but it's a lot of stuff to keep up with, and I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today. A lot of other people are talking about it, and as I've been saying, I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but I said a lot of stuff that I was talking about months ago. I kept telling you, I was like, oh, a lot of people are going to be talking about this, and maybe I wasted content by talking about it too early. But once again, I'm not trying to make content. I'm trying to like inform people. I tell people every time, every day, I come on here to talk to you guys like I'm talking on the telephone to you guys. So I've been saying this stuff tirelessly for like the last 6 months, or has it been longer? 6 months or something like that. And so I will reiterate some of that because it's important information. Because as I keep saying, the most important thing in the market is not the altcoins you're buying. I mean, that is, but it's the sentiment of the market, the sentiment behind the altcoins you're buying, the sentiment around the market. Even like I was saying this morning, I got a little annoyed. I don't know how that translated in the group, but I was a little annoyed because once again, sentiment of the market is up. So people are going to start making certain moves when they see Bitcoin going up, because if Bitcoin is going up, the sentiment of the market is going to change. And so even with my point of views on what I think is going to happen and what I think is not going to happen, I got to pay attention to what the rest of the market is doing. And it's just that it's a wild game. I think a lot of people came in thinking it was easy. Oh, just look at a coin, buy a coin, chill a coin, make money. There's so much more to this, and I'll let other people, stick to that point of view, because that's how you make money against people who have the wrong mindset. Let me check something real quick. Matter of fact, um, but yeah, I'm changing day by day how I'm thinking about this market to help me make more and more money. Okay, cool. Um, So anyway, Bitcoin is hovering around the 66 area. I know everybody's saying we're about to teleport to 74, 72, whatever they're saying. I don't know, but I still, like I keep saying, even if it does go there, I said this yesterday or the day before yesterday, I feel like it'll go there, but we'll get one more last drawdown. It's not like we about to go to Valhalla from here. I see people saying stupid stuff like, it's not stopping at 74. We about to go straight to 92. If that crap, actually, that would be unhealthy if that happens. I don't think that's going to happen. So even if we teleport to 72, 74, we're going to get one more retrace or whatever. And it's going to see how altcoins bleed out there, excuse me, or how sideways it goes. But anyway, let's talk about some different news. And I'm not talking about Loomis on this, Senator Cynthia Loomis. So her and some other ones that politicians have been posting, they were laser eyes last cycle. It was like the yellow eyes or whatever. She chose red. Is red the new one this cycle? I don't keep up with Bitcoin like that. Like I keep up with the price action, but last cycle it was actually laser eyes or whatever. But anyway, she posted this. Y'all know what it means or whatever. We should know. It just means she's bullish on Bitcoin and crypto or whatever. And she posted actually some crypto terminology saying we're so back. So this is not knocking on Loomis, Senator Loomis, is just saying, she wasn't this outward about it before. But what I keep saying is like a lot of these people some people are not talking about it yet, and it will be a bullish catalyst. And some people acting like they're against crypto, but they're all accumulating it. Matter of fact, let me put something in the chat for y'all, real quick. This I want to say it has nothing to do with nothing, but it does. Um, Let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm gonna just put in the link in the chat for y'all. Give me a minute. Just a minute. I'm trying to find this link. Is this gonna take me a while to find? Let me see if I can get my lady to get me the link to send to you guys. I thought I was gonna be able to find it. Hold on. And then I'm gonna get back. Let's see. All right. So anyway, I'm back. But anyway, what I'm saying is, a lot of them are making moves behind the scenes, and they're not telling you what they're into and whatever. But trust and believe they collecting this Bitcoin, and um, I don't be paying attention to what any of these people be doing. So speaking of, so it says according to 13F reporting, 937 professional firms were invested in U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs as of March 31st. They got in early, y'all. Like soon as In comparison, gold ETFs had 95 professional firms invested in their first quarter. Retail owns a majority of the float. Professional investors held exposure of 11.06 billion by the end of Q1, representing 18.7% of the BTC ETF AUM. That's what I'm saying. I still see people today. They listen to Peter Schiff, whoever. What's the other guy name? Dave Ramsey and all these people and stuff, and thinking that people really still on gold like that. I mean, you can hold your wealth in gold. It doesn't move much. When we talk about investments and making money and get some returns on it, crypto is where people are at. I'll get some more of my ginger, y'all. My mouth is dry and I didn't get water. The people are not on gold like that, and this is the metrics to show you. This whole time you thinking, everybody talked about BlackRock and this and that other and this person, but nobody really knew all these other companies and entities, firms, hedge, whatever you want to call them, was collecting these Bitcoin ETFs. They want to make it look like it was just a few people. It wasn't just a few people, and I'm pretty sure more are going to come out after this. So as people like to say in crypto, we are definitely early. I'm not going to talk about that yet. So who was over here? I didn't get to read up on some of these, so I don't want to dig. Some of it's already covered. That's all good. Let me keep moving here. So this is not me trying to flood a project. Y'all gonna see how this lines up together. So I told you I'm not really I'm not saying ton can't run. But it was already high market cap when I started seeing the buzz around it. But this is not about ton. They had the other coin not. It's not even about them at all either. But apparently Bybit messed up or something. They messed up with the airdrops with the token. And when they put it on Bybit, it was at a much lower price, I guess, than some of the other exchanges or whatever. So a lot of people, if you go across Twitter, a lot of people saying, "Man, I'm not messing with Best." I mean, I said Best Buy, Bybit anymore. And a lot of people, theirs is probably temporary. They just mad because the airdrop didn't work the way they wanted to. But at the same time, I've been telling you guys in the Patreon to make sure you get something or whatever. But what I will say is, it says French securities regulators warns investors against crypto exchange Bybit. The exchange has been blacklisted by the AMF since May 2022 for non-compliance with French regulations. All I'm saying is, like, I don't want to talk about the whole thing, and I'm not even trying to flood Bybit or none of that. What I'm trying to say is make sure you get on as many exchanges as you can. You can be real relaxed and feeling really secure on, some exchanges that you may be on, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you lose access to them. So make sure you're doing everything to have access to as many exchanges as possible. Why can't I find this link? She says she can't find it either. I'm gonna find it in a minute. Did YouTube strike it down? Man, are you serious? All right, I'm gonna have to find it later. Maybe I'll put it in the Patreon. But yeah, anyway, so make sure you get on as many exchanges as you can. Cause don't get too relaxed thinking you everything is cool because you're on a certain exchange is a big exchange or it can't be taken down or whatever. So make sure you get on some others. This is about them overturn the SAB 121, but I don't really want to talk about that. Biden talking about he'll veto it if he wants, but I just feel like all this is smoke and mirrors. I don't care who's talking about what on one side. It's all smoke and mirrors to slow down the market to me. Um, so I'm not even gonna get into any of that political stuff. All right, getting into some of these last ones or whatever. Yeah, we're going pretty quick today. So hopefully you guys got some good comments and questions and concerns and all that good stuff. It is Friday, isn't it? I didn't even realize it was Friday until like right before the stream. This article says Dolce and Gabbana metaverse fashion offering leaves shopper fuming. Customer claims that the NFTs he spent $6,000 on lost 90% in value. I didn't mean to laugh. That's not what I was laughing at. But a class action lawsuit blames company for delayed delivery. Dolce and Gabbana was sued by a customer who says he spent $6,000 on NFTs that came with outfits to wear in a metaverse, lost 97% of their value because the Italian luxury fashion house bungled their delivery. Bungled? I never seen people use that word like that. Anyway, the company sold non-fungible tokens that were promoted as slate of digital, physical, and experiential benefits, and could be bought and sold on the Ethereum crypto blockchain, according to the complaint. Dolce & Gabbana allegedly told consumers that buying the DGF family NFTs would grant them access to various digital rewards, physical products, and exclusive events, but the delivery of the NFTs was late, along with special benefits customers were promised. But pretty much, this is like, a lot of these companies trying to jump on the bandwagon without fully understanding what's going on. I brought this up to say that, a lot of companies are jumping on stuff before doing research because they're just looking to make money. They don't really care about the customers, and people can tell that. Same with crypto projects. That's one of the points I want to make up. Retail can understand when a crypto project is actually trying to build something that actually cares about building community versus making money. I'll get to that one later. But at the same time, like I keep saying, this is the stuff that's keeping retail away, especially like I told you about the whole NFT, the campaign to make NFTs look bad, which they use to make all the crypto look bad. So, but at the same time, these people are bitter now, just like the people are bitter and saying they're not using Bybit. They're going to say this stuff temporary, but they eventually going to come into the space. So I know y'all probably can't see it like this, but I see this as a bullish story because this is the stuff that they're using to slow down the market. But what this Dolce and Gabbana thing is, this is coming from the customer. I don't think they're connected to like BlackRock or nothing, but there's a lot of things that are slowing down the market, which is good for you because it gives you time to accumulate. Do I want to talk about this one? I really don't. It's about this. I don't even want to talk about that one. I thought I did. I thought I really wanted to talk about it, but I don't. I don't want to talk about that one either. Sorry, it's Friday. If you're in the group, I've been running around all morning. I'm trying to keep up with different projects and all kinds of stuff. So I do try to bring you guys great information, but my brain is tired already, and it's just the morning time. So I want to talk about some other important stuff. So let's get into the last bit of articles that are pretty much covering the same thing. I might blow through these, but it says over 80% of recent Binance token listings are bleeding red. Most of the newly launched tokens function as exit liquidity for insiders, capitalizing on lack of retail access due to their high initial fully diluted valuation. Do I need to read any more? I'll read a little bit more. Over 80% of the newly listed cryptocurrencies are in the red on Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in terms of trading volume. More than 80% of its tokens listed during the past 6 months have fallen in value since their listing, raising implications for investors looking for new cryptocurrencies. And pretty much, y'all get what this is saying. Actually, you know what? Sometimes they write these articles poorly. This person wrote the article well, which is why it's easier to read. But so that's one story. And as you know, like most people saying, like they're like, oh, this is gonna get listed on Binance, and that's what people are saying, like that's gonna be a bullish catalyst to pump the tokens. For one, I do understand that the bull market is just starting, so don't get me wrong. I understand that, but there's other reasons. Like I said, it's because a lot of these are launching at a higher, fully diluted. And these VCs and different people think they're going to abuse people, and they're going to just make money off them. And as I keep saying, it doesn't mean just because a project has VCs that it's bad. You do need VCs to push a project or whatever. But some of these VCs thinking they're smart and they think we're just dumb money or whatever. They it's not working out well for them. So yeah, they can play those games somewhere else because people are not having it. Next one. This is all lining up together, and I'm gonna bring this to a head. It says altcoins are relatively huge risk as, excuse me, altcoins a relatively huge risk as days of big returns are gone. See, why did you write it like that? Come on, y'all. Altcoins have tactical opportunities, but not the massive gains seen in previous cycles, says 10x research head of research Marcus. The high risk, high reward theory of altcoins might be tilting toward the former, as big gains are now less likely due to weak narratives driving the crypto market, says crypto analyst. While tactical opportunities exist, the era of 100x returns may be well behind us, 10x research head of research Marcus Thalen told Cointelegraph. He cautioned that despite the market anticipating an altcoin bull market in 2024, retail participation remains subdued, and few new projects have emerged that captivate non-crypto native traders. Pretty much, y'all get that. Y'all get that. All right, let's move on to the next one. Is onboarding too hard? Crypto adoption still. I hate when people write like this. I'm gonna write it too, so I just they can write this better. Is onboarding too hard? Crypto adoption still faces major obstacles. Is this one I didn't like? Anyway, since Web3 has been the subject of speculation for many years now, predictions about what will spur mass adoptions are frequent, as are possible obstacles slowing the onboarding process. Some, like Web3 gaming execs, have speculated crypto market hype and several highly anticipated blockchain games could be the key to mass onboarding. So pretty much this is everybody's talking about the same thing right now. Sorry if I blew through some of those or whatever, but everybody's talking about the same thing. But these next two tweets have summed up what I've been talking about forever. It says projects these days don't realize that the best way to grow and keep a community is to make retail effing rich. Don't focus on your VCs. If you make your community rich as hell, they'll ride with you for life. How many, here we go, how many Chainlink and Cardano diehard fans are there? It's because they got rich from it. Sure, many like the tech, but most are here to get rich and make money. You do this by launching a higher float, lower valuations, and allow there to actually be potential for token price growth versus this down only stuff we've seen. And the next tweet, yeah, we are at the end, y'all. So it says the entire crypto game is can you make your community rich? If you try to launch at a max FDV, you are only enriching the insiders. That's how you get thought pieces, not users. So this is the same thing. I've been saying this about a lot of people, and we're gonna talk about this. So I've been saying this about the VCs. I've been saying this about these dumb scammer influencers that are out there that think they're making money, but in the long term, people, okay, maybe you made some money up front, but you can make more money when you do stuff the honest way and you actually build a community and you actually help other people make money versus you just scamming people to make money yourself. And so this is something I've been talking tirelessly about, and I think people may not understand how it correlates, but what I've been saying is, I said people, what they're trying to do, and they're still doing it with these fake projects. What they're trying to do is use you as an investor to make their money. Their mindset's like, okay, let's use these projects to make money at the front of the bull market, and then we'll use that money to put into other projects that they're going to start shilling later. So even with some of the projects that we've got in, people are like, well, when people going to start shilling them? This is the plan they have. And this is why you position yourself ahead of time. I don't mind people. Some of the projects have ran, but I don't mind the projects sitting still now because I know what's coming later, because they're using these fake projects and these high, fully diluted projects to make money up front. Oh, let me say this too. I think somebody had a good comment in this thread. Was it him? Forget it. Pretty much what they were saying is uh, what I've been telling y'all for the last 6 months, and I've probably been annoying you with it. Not only are the VCs doing it, you now have the even some of the crypto influencers, even the ones that used to be, I guess you would say, legit or helping their followers. They're playing the game too. So everybody's talking about these bigger projects that have high FDVs or whatever front, because the VCs as well as the influencers are trying to make money off them. So they're pushing those to you, and then you got the idiots who are faking like they're crypto influencers, like they know what they're talking about the same ones like, oh look, I got alpha because I'm talking about this super big FDV project or whatever. You dummy, you're not going to make your community money like that. And so if you were following somebody who actually knew what was going on, like I said, the projects we're in are the projects they're waiting to shield because they're lower. So they're like, all right, let's go. I'm trying not to FUD any particular project. Let's go with this. I'm not trying to FUD it, but let's say. So Portal launched real high. I was bullish on Portal too. And what I will say is, from all the stuff that I studied with Portal, it was supposed to launch much lower than that, but they decided to, like, all right, let's make some money for the insiders. And they kept, they had at one point they had raised, I can't remember what amount of money it was, but they had raised one amount of money, and then all of a sudden they kept going on this fundraising spree, excuse me. And then they just kept getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. So what they was trying to do is make money for the insiders or whatever, so they can use that money to put into the other projects, some of the ones that we're sitting in that they're going to be talking about later. But everybody's playing this game, but everybody's tired of it. And then people complaining about meme coins and talking about how they being stupid and they just gambling. People don't know what they're doing. Granted, I keep saying the same thing. Don't put all your money into meme coins because you could lose it all. Make sure you find some good ones. And I feel like we got some good ones or whatever. But people are tired of the trash game. And the thing is, it's just like the same thing. I've been saying this since the beginning. I've been saying it since the beginning. I said the traditional finance game of VCs is coming over to Web3. I talked about that probably 10 streams in a row, and y'all probably was like, well, he talked about something new. But it's exactly what happened. The same thing they tried to do with GameStop and traditional finance with shorting GameStop, and Rowan Keating and all these people came in and started doing the short. They started playing those same games over here. And so where people was like, we in crypto, we here where we can make money, and crypto's faster money, everybody started to slowly realize, like, oh, they playing that same VC game. Like, I've been talking about this since like January, December or whatever. And so, but everybody's getting tired of it. And like I said, I see even big influencers getting tired of it or whatever. But the name of the game is like launch lower. You can, if you start a project at, it doesn't have to be under 20. It doesn't even really have to be under 50 million. But if you can start under 100 million and grow a community under 100 million, that's where you can make the money at or whatever. But these they're just gonna keep playing the game. But now everybody's talking about it. Same thing I've been talking about for 6 months or whatever. So anyway, I said that to say is, some of the projects we are in, some of them have had a little run, but some of them sitting sideways. But y'all got to realize, once again, I don't mind, as long as nobody say nothing stupid, because I get a little rowdy every once in a while. But yeah, you can ask me questions like, Zoe, you sure about this? Like, I don't know, bro. So I'm cool with that. And then if people need more reassurance, more evidence, or whatever you want to call it, because that's the game that's being played. Hopefully this came across. I know it sounds like I'm talking about the same thing, and sometimes you do have to reiterate, but this is the game they're playing. And so I brought all that stuff together. I know I gave it quickly, but yeah, people are like, oh, Binance listing is coming. It's going to pump. Nope. No, it's not. Nope. Because people like, nah, we're not trying to play that game. Y'all launching something like, look, new listener on Binance. Yeah, dude, but it's at 3 billion already. I don't want that. People want something they can make money in. So you have to find these early before people start shilling them, and before you like, I don't know if people are bullish on this. Oh, trust me, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. So, I keep telling people, and I'm not even the type of person. I know a lot of people talk about, like, when people talk about their Patrons, they talk about it 5 times a stream. Usually, sometimes I forget. And somebody pointed out to me yesterday. They was like, "Oh, you didn't even put the graphic of your Patreon on stream," because I'm really not focused on that. I have to be honest, and I will say this. It almost, I guess if you looked at it with the wrong eyes, or if you're a little bit sensitive, I kind of left my stream kind of rude yesterday. I left kind of quick because my mind was back. I'm trying to research. Like, I'm not making my money from Patreon. Like, I'm making my money from actually investing, and my money that comes in from my checks and my residuals, my royalties from music or film production or whatever I've been doing. That's where I'm making my money. So when I'm telling you about getting my Patreon, I feel, because it's one of the best Patrons. I don't, I'm not here to shield my Patreon or whatever, but I know where some of this, the shilling is definitely coming to some of the projects we're in, but even some of the people who, how do I say this, will be the big influencer shillers, they was on that game too. And I saw one, I was reading in between the lines. I saw this one big influencer, like, I mean, over 500,000 probably on everything. They was upset because, how do I say it? They feel like, and it is true, that because a lot of these influencers have a big influence, they feel like if I shill it, it's supposed to fly, right? But for one, we're early in the cycle. And so, like I said, most of these people, it might seem crazy to you, but most of these people might be putting, like, I'm talking about the big influencers, big money. They might be throwing $1 million in a project. And so they're like, okay, they feel they feel like they're being what am I trying to say? Conservative, right? And like, okay, let me just promote this, and usually when I promote something, it goes 5, 10x. But sometimes they only want a 2x. They only want a 2x. They put $1 million in there, they get a 2x, they got another $1 million to play with. But I saw them, I was reading in between the lines, and it was pissed because this one project that they were pushing or whatever. They pushed it, and I was even surprised. It didn't even move. It didn't budge at all and stuff. And then actually now I think that project has retraced about 55% or whatever. So I know they ticked off about that. But all I'm saying is people tired of the games. I'm not saying this stuff can't go up when we in the full bulls. Of course, some of this stuff is gonna go up, but everybody's starting to realize the game. And I didn't finish reading that Binance article, but the same thing I've been preaching, and I've been saying this, even some of my friends who I respect them with all my mind and heart. I respect them as a person. I respect them as influencers or Twitter people, whatever you want to call them. I respect them fully, but I've been trying to tell them, bro, I'm not even saying or how you talking to your people. Even for you, if this was just me and you talking, just me and you, and just nobody else was going to hear about this, I keep telling y'all, stop saying like, well, traditional finance is here and BlackRock and everybody's here. So it is going to be a crazy cycle. There is going to be more money, but there's a billion more projects. And I don't know why, like, that's simple. If I can get y'all to understand this, it is simple math. I don't care. So what people are saying, I see people saying stupid stuff. But let's just say what I see most people saying that have some type of common sense saying is, hey, I feel like this cycle is going to have 3 times more money. And then everybody gets crazy, like, oh, that's crazy. You remember how much money we made last cycle? It's going to be 3 times as much. But there are like 20 times as many more projects. And that's probably a conservative number. We literally got like 10 to 20 times more projects. Do basic math, y'all. I had a list for a minute. Basic. I sound like Mike Tyson. But do basic math. Like, we got 3 times more money with 10 times more projects. That pretty much puts us right back to where we were before. So it's like you got to make sure that you are in projects, like I keep saying, that do have upside, have a good vesting schedule. They're in a good narrative. They got good VCs behind them. They got people, influencers that's going to push them or whatever. And so, like I said, I don't mind looking like, like I said, we do have a couple that has run. I don't mind stuff sitting still or being sideways for a minute because I can see what's coming. And I can see a lot of people giving up on some of these bigger projects that they're giving up on some of these bigger projects. And they're just like, you know what? This ain't working like we thought it was going to work. And it's going to be soon when they start shilling some of these. So, like I keep saying, I feel like I'm rambling about the same thing. I don't really care. It's information that sometimes you just need to hear and hear it in a different way. But we're going to make some money in this market. But even how we thinking about stuff, you got to be more conservative in how you're thinking about this stuff. I've told y'all a billion times, I'm looking forward. And when I say this, let me say this clearly, because I know everybody thinks differently. When I say I'm looking forward to 200x in my portfolio, right? I usually give people the target of 50x with altcoins we get into. But when I say that, I'm saying, okay, usually like a minimum target around that 40, 50x area for the altcoins, right? And then you have the ones that might run harder than you think. They might do a 200x, right? Then you got maybe some crazy AI meme coin, or it could be anything that runs 1,000x. And all together, I'm hoping when it averages out that, I can get 100, 150x, 200x on my entire portfolio. I'm looking for some crazy stuff to happen too. But the problem is you can't think it's going to happen with every single project. You got to really monitor how you're looking at stuff. And that's why, I voice my frustrations all the time. And I know, listen, I've worked in entertainment, sales, marketing, all this kind of stuff. I fully understand the game of most people say, well, you shouldn't do that or that. The idea is I'm supposed to come to my channel every day, not show. This is how you do it. So you come to your channel every day. You're always hype. You show no frustration. You show. You pretend to know it all, and that I saw other people talking about this too. That tricks people into thinking like, oh, he's so confident, then he must be really secure in what he's talking. No, I be getting frustrated too because I'm like, I know how this is supposed to work. All right, but they flipping this game every day. You got to realize how they flipping the script on you. Only an idiot would come to the channel every day like a know-it-all. Like I feel like I know a lot. I see the people, I see the projects, I know the VCs and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you see how you gotta like pay attention to how stuff is flipping or whatever. So, like I keep saying, I've said this time and time again. I'm not trying to collect Patreon members like Infinity Stones. Like even I had some. I'm sorry, this annoyed the crap out of me. And I guess I voiced my annoyances more than anybody. But somebody came to the Patreon yesterday, and then I sent them the link, whatever. And they couldn't click on the link. And most people be trying to do, I was like, listen, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is getting on my nerves. I don't know why the link is not working for you. I'm gonna just refund you and you can just go. And then they kind of got caught of attitude, was like, well, something, I'll invest my money other places. Bro, you not helping me. I don't know what y'all not understand about being a part of my Patreon is not helping me. I make money outside. I invest that money. So I'm not like these other people who are trying to collect Patreon members. You're not helping me by joining my Patreon. You're helping yourself. So, but I don't know, for whatever reason, they said they clicked the link and the link wasn't working or whatever. But I keep saying that my goal is really to help as many people as I can. I've been saying, if you've been on the channel, I've been saying this months ago before Roy and Katie came back. I was like, I like this dude. I like what he did for the community and GameStop and stuff. And I would be, happy if I can help other people make money the same way. So that's my goal. My goal is not to siphon money from people's pockets and make money off Patreon or whatever. But it takes money to make money, and then you invest that money. It shows that you are serious about making money and stuff, and being together with the group and helping the team out or whatever. I hate to say it sounds corny, but building the family up or whatever. But anyway, all this to say is, a lot of people are shocked, like, oh, I got listed on Binance and then it dumped because just people they're not willing to play that game anymore. So I'm watching my communities and stuff, and I say I'm always trying to watch the Discords and the Telegrams to see if they're still developing. Some have a little FUD here and there, whatever, but I feel like they're going to work out for the most part. But I say all this to say, to wrap it up, is that you got to consider all these things, y'all. I don't know how many times I can repeat it, that you cannot just find something to say it's a low market cap, therefore it's going to pump. Look at all of it. I keep saying it. And I know somebody's going to take this as if y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what? People are catching on to the scammers. I've been seeing stuff lately, like these people that fake stuff and like the people catching on. That's all I'll say. People are catching on, and so realizing who really knows what they're talking about or not. But yeah, man, it's a Friday stream. It's kind of chill or whatever. But I give you guys as much information as I can. I even saw somebody talking about something in the group earlier. And then, like I said, you can sometimes change your thesis or whatever. Sometimes something is a false pump. And maybe I try not to consider those projects. I'm like, yeah, it probably can run because of the people that's talking about it. But I just, going off what I find on some of these projects, is just, I'll be the one that's missed some of these first couple of pumps on some things, but I just feel like I can make my money elsewhere without having that, having to be worried about whether something is going to dump later. I'm going to check and see about this one, because I saw people on Twitter talking about a particular project. Yeah. So y'all, if you're in the Patreon, y'all saw one of the last ones people was talking about. And I was like, I think I saw people on Twitter catching up to the game as well. They don't know as much as I do about some of these fake. That sounded arrogant, but whatever. No, they don't. They don't know as much as I do about some of these fake AI projects, because, like I said, sometimes I'm bored on Twitter, and I'm just looking around at different stuff, and I see different fake ones being cooked up. And so this last one I see people pushing out. I seen other people on Twitter saying like, this is not blah 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 blah. And it's been shielded by three huge influencers, and that price is not moving because I guess Twitter is kind of hip to it. Maybe it'll change on YouTube or whatever. Um, but far as I know, I'm going to look one more time. I'll look one more time because I'm trying to help you out. I'll look one more time. But for everything I've seen, it got cooked up at the same time as those other projects. It's got a similar name, similar emblem, similar website, similar Twitter. It's like everything is the same. And they literally got all launched in the same week. So maybe when the bull run comes, maybe it runs, maybe it doesn't. But I'll probably be making money elsewhere. So I don't, I don't know, man. But yeah, the price hasn't moved because I think other people on X Twitter are hip to the fact that it's a made up project. Anyway, let me move on to you guys' comments, questions, and concerns. Somehow I still hit 35 minutes. I swear it was 22. I'm more long winded than I think I am, I guess. I love BT said morning, big brother. Good morning to you. How you doing? Jack 17 said good morning, Crypto Zo. Good morning to you as well. Cause I said, I think I'm saying your name correctly, hopefully. I said, great to be here. Jack 17 said, Crypto Zo, what is your strategy to off ramp your crypto into your fiat checking or savings account? I think I talked about this yesterday. You might not be here yesterday. I'm not sorry, I got a hangnail that's bothering. I be doing some crazy stuff on stream. Trust me, I know. I'll be looking kind of crazy. But this hangnail bothering me. But anyway, yes, I was saying, let me just say it quickly. Yes. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna probably go out. And I actually let me say this too. So I actually skipped the story, but I see that Circle is what they bringing something back to. I mean, they pretty much they US already, but they're bringing some I don't know, headquarters or something back from Ireland to the US or whatever. But anyway, they've been working with the US a lot anyway. And their USDC is more favored in the US than USDT. Sorry, I got too much in my head. But so what I plan on doing is probably putting 60% in USDC across different blockchains, 30% in USDT across different blockchains, probably mainly Solana and Ethereum, and probably a couple others maybe, and then probably have 5% in cash in my bank account, and all that kind of stuff, and then 5% in real estate and other assets that will grow over time. That's what I plan on doing. As he said, good morning, good Friday. Man, Friday came so doggone fast. As he said, I still think the market is faking bull. I believe we'll see another 30-40% drawdown. I wouldn't say 30-40%, probably 20. Like I said the other day, and it's running pretty hot right now. It's going up to that 67. My thing is, I don't know when it's going to do this. I know it's going to do a little 70. It's going to do a 70,000 play. I don't know when. I don't know how, but I still feel like late May to June is going to be sideways. Not trying to predict the future. I can be wrong because I know a lot of y'all looking at the market running now like, hey, Zo, you said, bro, but these altcoins, some of my altcoins running, Zo. I don't know. I try not to predict the future, but like I said, if you don't have anything right now, try to get something in your portfolio, but whatever. I feel like we still gonna get some sideways action. And when we get that, let me say this clearly: when we get that sideways action, it's not that the altcoins dump, is that people get bored and they start selling off. So that's what causes the dump. So I feel like we're going to get a little hot run up to around 70, 72, maybe 74. But I think it's some, let me slow down. I think last time I checked, I think it's going to be a short squeeze at 71,000. I think, I can't remember. I was supposed to look this up yesterday, but I can't. I think it's going to be a short squeeze around the area, which may make it pop up to 74 or whatever. But then I still feel like it's going to be one more good retrace. Who's to say how long that little sideways action lasts? I have no idea. But I think it's a short squeeze somewhere around 70,000, 71, 72. I don't remember. Sorry, I can't remember. Yeah, it's going to do a little run right here. I don't know if you want to call it a fake out or whatever, but yeah. I feel like we still going to have some time during late May to June to accumulate. Like I said, I'm still holding my bags, and we'll see what happens. Red Flag, do you think rooms are dead on BTC? I don't think rooms are dead on BTC. I think it's a little bit more complicated than even like BRC20 and the ordinals and all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit harder for people to grasp and stuff. I think it's an interesting concept, and I think it's actually more interesting than ordinals and BRC20. But a lot of people are not really willing to do that research. And on top of that, as I've been saying, like a lot of people with Bitcoin, a lot of the people that hold Bitcoin, the big dogs, they don't like other stuff running on Bitcoin. on the on the network and stuff because it slows it down. And one thing Room promised was that it was not going to slow down the network. It was not going to make transaction fees or a transaction or gas fees or whatever you want to call it be higher. But it that's not what happened. The fees did go up, and so a lot of people weren't even trading Bitcoin during that time because of the fact that the fees were high or whatever. Excuse me. So I mean, who's to say? I feel like it's something that can catch on later, but for right now, it's probably going to be a little downward. I think the concept is really dope or whatever, but people trying to track which Satoshi is which. I don't think people is hype about it, especially when when ordinals came around. When ordinals first came around, we had Pepe that was running. We had there's a couple other like meme coins that were running, and so ordinals kind of had a little they got a piece of the pie. Let's put it that way. They got a piece of the pie. But when people just having this super dumb dopamine rush on meme coins and AI right now, it's kind of like overshadowing what Runes kind of like came and left so quick that it's just crazy. Not to mention that we do have volatility around halving. Everybody thought that Bitcoin's going to go straight up and then it started going sideways. So it kind of like killed a little fire that Runes had going. But I don't know. I said when I first talked about this channel, it was not something I was going to look into get into. I was just looking into it so I know what's going on, but I would never really was really that bullish on it. It's just other places to make money easier. Just get some good altcoins and you'll be all right. So I can't say if it's dead or not, but I don't know. I don't know. Bjorn, is it? Said Hazel. I think I said that right. Crypto Roll said, when Mexi will start KYC, if it's for all users or just users for non-supported countries. No, maybe I haven't said that clearly, and I usually just talk about it on Patreon, but it's for everybody. I think it's for everybody. It's just going to be KYC. And so if you're a non-supported country, then you're going to be just messed up. From what I'm hearing, it seemed like it, and this is the thing, it may not happen, but it seems like it's going to happen around June. And why would you want to wait around to see if it may happen? Like try to get on some other exchanges, make the proper moves and the necessary moves to get yourself on other exchanges, so you're not left out you're not left out the money making process. And then some of y'all don't want to pay money and stuff to do certain stuff. But how is she gonna make money? It always takes money to make money. So you gotta make the proper moves to get yourself in good position. Crypto Rose, I believe it's somewhere around exactly somewhere around June. So and make those moves I've been talking to y'all about. So in the Patreon, go ahead and make those moves. And if you have questions about it, ask questions. Don't just sit around in the Patreon and see us talking about something and you're like, I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, or you don't understand it. Vocalize that you don't understand it. And ask questions, because people know on my Patreon, I kick somebody out in a minute. As I just talked about, I don't care about collecting Patreon members and getting people's money. I'll kick you out in a minute if you start talking stupid in there or belittling people because they don't know something or trying to make people feel stupid or whatever. So if you don't understand something in my Patreon, you can ask the questions. There's not a dumb question. Ask what you don't understand, but try to make the proper moves that you need to make in order to not be on the sidelines when the market starts running. Degenerate Destiny said, y'all have a good Friday. It's still crazy to know that Friday is here. That is wild, bro. I barely remember Wednesday. I definitely don't remember Thursday. I think it's because, like I said, I've been digging deep trying to do some research, and I'm about to get off here in a minute and get back to researching. But Lucas said Bitcoin broke resistance at 67. Feel like we will go high. I feel we will get a small alt run when BTC chills out. Yeah, I was thinking that too. So because a lot of people really, 67 is important too, but a lot of people just are looking to break, or not break, but close above 65 or whatever. So if it's at 67 right now, we could probably close at 65, at least 65 or whatever. So yeah, maybe it will or whatever. And so that kind of, in a way, invalidates my thesis of the sideways or whatever. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I never try to predict it, but even if they do a little run, I still feel like it's going to be a chance to get some. It's going to be sideways during that June or whatever, and then we can see. Maybe we're buying at slightly higher prices, or whatever. But we'll see what happens or whatever. And plus, there's some other stuff coming out. Maybe that'll cause some of these projects to actually launch that have pushed back launches for 6 and 7 and 8 months or whatever. We'll see what happens. Lucas, for our alts, yeah. Dre said, I don't like that one. I think they came out, they had some FUD, they had some scammy stuff going on, they closed down shop, and then they came back out, didn't they? Is this the one? I think I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, that was the weirdest crap. How did they get there? Now I'm really confused because wasn't this joint around like 4 million at one time? They had some FUD about the I think this is when they had some FUD about the CEO was lying or was fake or was not a real person. And I swear to Moses, this thing was like around 4 to 7 million market cap. So how was it up here? I don't know. Hold on. I got too many projects in my head, but I'm pretty sure this is the same one. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of wait. I got too many. That's why I'm saying. Not only is it too many projects this cycle, they all got similar names. Or am I thinking of Leica, whatever? I don't know. My brain is hurting right now because I think I'm crossing this up with another project, but I still think I didn't like this one either. Um, the wording still looks somewhat the same. Let me go see it. Let me look at this website. Is this the same website? I can't even answer this on stream. I got too many projects in my head that have a similar name, but I still feel like this is the one because it was like people were talking about it like 7, 8 months ago, um, like during the bear market. I gotta look at this later. I'll look at it later. I'm pretty sure that's it though. They had like some fake CEO or something. Well, somebody lied about something, and I don't know. I'm sorry, my brain is tired right now. Um, I love BC said, would you think that the big dips are no more due to the big dips? To me, we're still having them, but the big dips are 20% versus 30, 40%. You know what I mean? So it's like 15, 20% are the big dips this time around. Well, let me finish your question. He said, would you think that the big dips are no more due to having a fast run up prior, meaning the upside is more than the low side? I mean, it was not just the fast run up; it's just the fact that institutional people are here and they don't want the asset to look too bad if they're trying to sell it in the ETF and get people to get into it. They can have some dips to shake people out because you got to have enough to shake people out. And 15 to 20% dip is enough to shake people out. I see even some of y'all getting scared sometimes because 15 to 20% dip in Bitcoin is a bigger dip in altcoins or whatever. So they still want to shake people out, right? But they can't do like a 40% dip and then their investors thinking like, oh no, this asset is trash. I don't want to get into this. So I mean, that's my take on it. I don't know what these people thinking. Um, Lucas said some projects launching later do really well. Usually, like some may launch in November, October. Do you think we will get a few late launches that will run well? Oh yeah, definitely. Because I know some of the projects I was bullish on that. Just, I mean, they push. I mean, a full pushback from February to November. One of them like from February to November. Like that's not like that's not like 3 months or we wait until the market gets bullish again. They just like wow, we're not having it because a lot, like I was saying earlier in the article, a lot of stuff that's launching on Binance, which is usually a bullish catalyst, and stuff starts pumping. They launching on Binance and dropping 50, 60%. So the project is just like, you know what, we just gonna wait till we closer to the full bull. And that's messed up for the people who are maybe the VCs don't care. That's messed up some of the VCs and the people who invested in some of the pre and private sales and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, you can't control what these people do. They're gonna do what they want to do. Gary Martin said, Gary Martin, are you Gary Martin Hayes and Associates? Funny how the sell in May narrative was being thrown around and BTC bottomed on May 1st, retail getting tricked every time. But like I've been saying this for weeks that I feel like they was going to run it. They're going to use the sell in May thing. I feel like they're going to run it up, like I said, the first 2 weeks of May, which technically you can still say we're around there. Well, are we? We're really the third week, and but it's still, I feel still like it's going. I feel like it's going to be a fake run up, and they're going to drop it the last week of May. But I could be wrong. I feel like they're gonna drop it around the last week. I said the last 2 weeks before, last 2 weeks, last week or whatever, end of May, and then go sideways in June. I could be wrong. I don't know, but most of my bags are packed. I still got drop out on the side. I'm glad I got some drop out on the side because I'm looking at different things, had some opportunities lately, and hopefully some better opportunities soon coming. So I'm cool with how I played it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm mad about the that first drop. I ain't gonna lie because it's like I knew that, but once again, y'all don't be understanding when I'm studying. I'm studying the tokens, the macro, and everything. Sometimes my mind can't touch on everything. And be honest, y'all lucky with some of the stuff because my lady reminds me sometimes. She's very supportive, and she reminds me of something like, "Hey, blah 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 blah." I'm completely forgot about it because I got all this other stuff on my mind. I know she's so tired of hearing me say I got stuff on my. I be having so much on my mind that I ain't gonna lie. I am. For me, for y'all, that first drop, I should have saw that coming in my mind, in my subconscious or back of my head, whatever you want to call it. I knew it was coming, and then just completely, it is what it is sometimes, you know. So all I can say is I know we in good projects, and some of these altcoins that may have bled off, they're gonna come back. So that's I do have a conviction in that. So we're fine. Maybe we just didn't buy at some of the best prices on some of them, but I mean we DCA'd at the best prices. So um, it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna make money in the long term. Um, I love BC said another question. Every cycle has narratives. Now we have more narratives. Would you say that the narratives would change from other cycle? For example, AI is big now, but last cycle was sucking. Yeah, we trashed AI last cycle. That everybody was. Yeah, I mean because it was so new. And that was the same thing I was saying with Dolce and Gabbana with the NFTs. They tried to jump on something before they were ready. But anyway, it's not. I think, how do I talk about this? I'm gonna talk about this how I see it and how I want to talk about it. I see people saying like, "Oh, you want to have something a little bit in every narrative." That's not how I necessarily see it. It's cool to have a project in every narrative. I am looking at the project specifically, then I factor in the narrative. And once I say the VCs, the influencers, and who's going to pump it, the valuation that it came out at, what's the vesting schedule, how much I think you can pump, I'm factoring in all that stuff. I'm not a type of person that, I know a lot of people do it like, all right, cool. Say if it's 4 narratives, I'm going to have 25% of my portfolio in this narrative, 25% in this narrative. That's cool if that's what you want to do. I'm not saying it's a dumb tactic. I'm not saying that. So I don't want you to hear it like that. But for me, I might be bullish on the narrative and might only have 10% of my portfolio in that narrative. I said time and time again, there's so many fake AI projects coming out, and only very few of the ones that I was expecting to come out have come out yet. There's still a lot of ones to come out. Some of these ones they've run because they were only AI projects on the market. I know for a fact that about 7 of them are made up and they ran over 300 million or whatever. But let me say this too, some of them launched around it too. Because what a lot of these people do, let me say this, let me slow this down. What a lot of people are doing also is they are playing the VC game, but y'all don't realize it. Y'all be like, let me just say it straight. So a lot of these will come out like meme tokens. When I say that, that means all of the tokens are out on the market. Okay. So all the tokens are out on the market. But what they've done is they've done just like a meme coin. They've given some to their friends already. And I see one particular influencer that I trusted before, and he's starting to be trash himself. But what happens is they treat them like meme coins. They give them some of the tokens, their friends and whatever. When they launch this made up token or whatever, and then it launches at 200 or 100 million. And so it looks like a legitimate project. Okay. And people say, hey, if it's 100 million, it's not that volatile. That means it's got some legs or whatever. I don't think people realize that you can almost make up a market cap. I don't want to get too deep into this, but the market cap and the liquidity never matches. I don't know if y'all know that. So they'll launch it around 100 million or whatever, and then they'll all start shilling this AI token is completely made up. Now, granted, you could say, hey, if these influencers are talking about it, then it's going to pump, and you can get into it. I got too much on my mind. See, you can get into it, but it's too much of a risk. I didn't see any building of this project. I never saw it before. I didn't see any VCs. Once again, VCs are not always bad, but I didn't see any VCs invest in this project. I don't see any team. Where's the team at, sir? Where's the LinkedIn? You don't even have the team on the website. You don't even have the founder on the website. You don't have nothing on the website. But the fact that we're AI project that does blah, blah, blah. And so I'm not saying they can't pump, but it's not stuff that I'm willing to invest into. It's not no docs team. No, you in this like, I'm trying not to go there and be petty, but they just be made up AI projects. That's all I can say. How did I get on this? Oh yeah. So a lot of the AI, what you're asking, a lot of the AI projects that I've been watching or waiting for to come out for months now, a lot of them haven't launched yet. Very few of them have. One of them did. It launched a little high, and I didn't really want to touch it. And I probably am I exaggerating? I think only 3. The rest of them, even I've been like, okay, where'd you come from? Blah, 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 whatever. Some of them have ran. But yeah, I'm still waiting for some AI projects to come out. What do you think about what happened with the metaverse, for example? I feel like with the metaverse plays, they got to be more along the lines of gaming. There are some really nice looking ones that are out that are strictly metaverse, and I still feel like they'll do well because I mean they do have a good product or whatever. I know a lot of people saying metaverse projects are dead, but I think they'll be fine. But more, especially when they have more like, if they're more like gaming too, and not just metaverse, and they kind of really throw those together, and not just like metaverse as far as walking around. You your avatar, you walking around talking to people in this club and blah blah blah. That type of metaverse, I don't know how that's going to do, but if it has a gaming element to it as well as metaverse, I think they'll be fine. Dot D said, "Hey Zo, I went all in on. I don't know what that is. I think somebody else brought this up. Are you a bot? No offense, but I haven't found that project, so I don't know. I don't know what that is. Somebody talked about the project like a week ago, so I don't know if that's a legit project or not. But anyway, so no offense about X and RU bot, but I just don't that 67 part and X up. I don't know what that is. But anyway, guys, if you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. I feel like we probably I think Luca was saying that we'll probably get a launch on. I mean, not a launch, a run on some of these altcoins or whatever. So make sure you get in the right altcoins, the right groups to know what they're talking about. Like I said, a lot of people are catching on to what's going on, and I hate it for the people who won't catch on, and they're not going to be made. They're not going to make any money. They're just going to be X liquidity, or they're going to make some money and think they made money, but not as much as they could have. My goal is to make money in this market and make the people in my group as much money as possible. Finding stuff early before people talking about it. And I know y'all don't like it. You're like, nobody's talking about it, but we're going to be fine. So, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm glad it's Friday. Even my guy he was like, man, what you want to do this weekend? He was asking us. I don't know if you're watching, bro, but my weekend, I'm chilling. I am chilling this weekend. My brain hurts. And well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to do some research because I'm trying to catch up with a couple of things right now, but I'm not going to lie, man. I know crypto 24/7, but I can't be here 24/7, man. It's enough research during the week. Sometimes I start the week and it's just Tuesday and I'm already tired for the week. So you got to protect your sanity. I'm not trying to even be on. I know they got the whole slogan, touch grass or whatever, but you got to give your brain a break. Like, I don't think people realize that your brain is a muscle. You ever had like you study for a test and whatever, you studying for a test or an exam or finals or whatever it is, and your brain is hurting. That's because you're squeezing. It's just like a muscle. When you're lifting weights, your muscles hurt because you're growing them. And so you got to give your brain a chance to relax, man, because you're just squeezing it tighter and tighter and tighter, especially for y'all that don't drink water. So your brain is really suffering. So I got to give my brain a break. And then when you give your brain a break, it actually works better for you. So I got to take a break. I'll be in the Patreon this weekend, but y'all know I got to take my break unless I see something that's going on. But it's it's 4 things I'm tracking pretty hard right now. So I'm not going to be able to take the big break that I want to. But anyway, I'm rambling now. Hey, appreciate y'all hanging out on the stream. If you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. I believe it's one of the best Patreons out there. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Enjoy your weekend. If you go out, don't drink too much and drive safely. Catch an Uber. Don't try to drive. Zoe, I always drive on I see people saying that. Zoe, I drive on influence all the time. I got it. I know what I be doing. Stop doing it, y'all. Like catch your Uber. Catch something. You know what I mean? What's going on here? Curly Rose said, right, Zoe, just reminded me I do need to get some water. Yeah, drink y'all water, man. Drink your water. Take a rest. Don't stress yourself out. Find some dry powder, DCA, all that good stuff. And I'm going to see y'all next time.